Kings, hope you're well. And in this video, I want to talk about how some agencies and brands are not going to survive what is coming in 2025 and beyond. So first, let me talk about what is happening economically. We all know this, we feel it. Our pockets are much lighter right now. The economy is not doing so well. I mean, of course, the people that are in charge of the economy will never acknowledge that. They'll never tell you because they don't want to cause too much panic. And I get it, but we'll have to acknowledge that our purchasing power is totally different to where it was 5 years ago. The cost of living is crushing everybody. Everybody's running on fumes right now. I want to talk about the implications on brands and agencies into the future. Let me start by addressing the impact on agencies. Pretty much any kind of ad agency out there. Over the last 15 years, and I've been in the business for about 15 years now, and when I first started, you would get to work with a lot of bright people. I was so fortunate to work with a lot of really intelligent people. But when I look now, I don't see a lot of bright people anymore. I mean, this is not to diss the people that are currently in the agency side. That's not it at all. It's just to be honest that a lot of the good people have been crushed over the last 15, 16 years that I've been doing this. And it's a shame because when I started, I remember I used to work with this guy. I used to report to this guy. I won't mention his name. When I reflect now, I realize he was very jealous of me. Even though that I was a nobody, I was at the bottom. I used to do all the work, and he used to get all the credit for all the work, and he used to berate me. And I'll never forget what he said to me. He said, "Stay in your lane." Man, I'm so happy that I stayed in my lane. In a way, I want to say thank you to that guy. He's a hater, but I want to say thank you to him because he made me realize that I needed to focus on one lane. And thankfully, by me focusing on that lane, it has led me to this point that I am now. The point I'm trying to make is this. People like me are so many. There were so many people like me who just wanted to do a good job. We just wanted to deliver good results for our campaigns. I just wanted to do my job and get paid and go home. At least not be treated like crap. So when I look back now at the same people that I started in this industry, 90% of them have given up. And these are good people. What happened over the last 16 years has been the mean people are the ones that got rewarded. The trash people got rewarded. The conniving people got rewarded. And the good people see this. The good people saw this. I'll tell you something. People never forget how you make them feel. They never forget how you make them feel. I will never forget how this guy made me feel. To this day is what motivates me to keep pushing. This guy made me feel some type of way. He made me feel so small when I was at the bottom. I was just trying to make it, but I kept on pushing. I remember even there was another coworker of mine. She was great, man. She was really, really nice to me. She would ask me, why would you let this guy treat you like this? And I didn't have an answer for her. And the reason why I didn't have an answer for her is because even if I told her the truth, nobody cared. For the most part, nobody cares about the guys at the bottom who are just trying to put in the work. We're seeing this across the board, by the way. It's not just in the marketing industry. It's everywhere. The good guys have been treated like trash for so long. And the ones that have not given up have a bright future because they have resilience. They're going to make it to the top. Now, there are going to be some, majority, unfortunately, that will just give up. It's unfortunate because there was this guy that I used to work with 15 years ago. I gave him a call 2 years ago just to check up on him. All he does is plays video games all day long and chills at home and does nothing. He's not ambitious anymore because his soul's been crushed. And I totally get it because that could have been my fate. It's so easy to fall into that trap. That could have been my fate. All these people, all these trash people that got rewarded, they've risen up the ranks. They're in charge now. They're going to have to deliver. And we're seeing the outcomes right now. If you look at the gaming industry, if you look at Hollywood, everything is collapsing. And what's happening in Hollywood, what's happening in the gaming industry is going to repeat itself in the agency world. It's going to repeat itself at some brands. We're seeing a lot of trash marketers destroying companies because they're completely incompetent. So let me tell you what happens when the economy starts to crater, like it is right now. The owners of these brands, the shareholders of these brands, the owners of these agencies, they're going to have to make big decisions. They're going to have to trim the fat. You see, when the economy is good, you can get away with slacking off because the money is cheap. Oh, we didn't meet our numbers this quarter? Fine, we'll borrow some more money. Money is cheap to borrow, okay, when the economy is good. But right now, into 2025, especially with this new administration, it's going to be much more difficult to run a zombie company. It's going to be much more difficult to borrow money in order to cover your losses from last quarter. So that means you're going to need competent people in your staff. And those competent people are far fewer right now. And what's worse, the hiring managers at these brands, the hiring managers at these agencies are completely incompetent. Not all of them. Most of them are completely incompetent. So they're going to hire other incompetent people. So it's a cycle of crap. So in order for you to fix this, you're going to have to do what Elon Musk did to Twitter. You're going to have to gut the whole thing. That's why you're seeing a lot of mass layoffs. But people still got to make money, right? Just because the economy is in the toilet does not mean there's no money to be made. Of course there's money to be made. Just because we're in a recession does not mean there's no money. There's plenty of money. It's just in different hands now. It's not in the hands of the people that you used to market to for decades anymore, because those people are going broke. And we see it on Twitter and Instagram and TikTok, people crying right now. But instead, it's in the hands of the producers, the people that are producing. There are plenty of guys like me that were broke for decades, but now we're producers. We're attracting all the money now. If you look at somebody that doesn't have a family, I'm fortunate that I have a family, so I'm grateful for that. But not everybody's as fortunate as I am. But if you look at most people, they're not starting families. All they do is work all day long. A lot of people are making money right now. So I can only imagine if I didn't have kids to take care of, if I didn't have a wife to take care of, oh man, I'll have 10 times more money than I have right now. That's because all I'll be doing is working, focusing on making money. And I'm seeing a lot of guys just like me that are very focused. And those are the guys that are attracting the money right now, even in this crappy economy. So what's important as a marketer is to understand that the culture has shifted now. The people that were prime to market to might not be prime to market to anymore and into the future because people are not doing so well. A change of strategy is much needed in this culture shift. So if you know these facts, and if you're ready to work with a good team that understands all these dynamics, all these fundamentals, then give me a call. Put a link to my calendar in the description of this video. Schedule some time. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about how we can set up campaigns for you, programmatic campaigns for you. You're running TV ads, you're running video ads, you're running social campaigns. Let's talk about how you can double those conversions by targeting the right people who got the money in this economy. You have these big budgets, but your campaigns are not converting. They're not converting as well as they used to. I know why. I'll tell you. Schedule time. Let's talk.